Hello, I'm Sherry Bobbins.
Did you say Mary Pop?
No, I definitely did not.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best times TV shows parodied Disney and/or criticized the massive corporation.
What the hell? What's happened to us?
I don't know, but suddenly I feel all sweet and warm and fuzzy.
Number 30, Goofy and Clarabelle's Forbidden Love, Robot Chicken. This wacky Robot Chicken sketch pits Mickey Mouse against the concept of interspecies relationships.
She's a cow, and you're a dog. It's unnatural.
But gosh, guys, there isn't anybody like me out there.
Well, there's Pluto.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
When the mouse gets riled up about Goofy and Clarabelle dating, a meeting gets arranged where other notable Disney characters share their 2 cents. You'd think this plucky crew would be positive and open-minded, but instead they're pretty bigoted.
You can't legislate love!
Oh, really? 2 confirmed bachelors who've cohabitated their entire lives have liberal social ethics? Shocker!
We're brothers! Cousins!
Get your story straight, fellas.
Walt Disney actually ends up being the voice of reason by preaching against their closed-mindedness. While that's great, it's also interesting considering Disney's own alleged racism, a fact that Uncle Remus's inclusion pokes fun at. What we do know for sure is that love is love, and Mickey Mouse is a jerk here. Number 29, New Corporate Overlords, The Simpsons. If you can't beat 'em, buy 'em.
I, for one, salute our new corporate overlords.
That seems to have been Disney's plan with several major media franchises. It's not something that was lost on the team behind The Simpsons when Disney bought their parent company Fox and then made everyone's favorite dysfunctional cartoon family a centerpiece of the Disney Plus promotional campaign.
I don't wanna, I'm not gonna, you can't make me.
Put on the ears, boy.
In an ad, Homer praises their new corporate overlords as he and his unimpressed family are surrounded by statues of then Disney chairman Bob Iger and Darth Vader. He insists his family praise their new bosses, even when Dumbo falls from the sky and crushes him.
What's up?
Now that's some brand loyalty.
Number 28, The Not-So-Wonderful World of Wizzly, My Life as a Teenage Robot. In an episode from My Life as a Teenage Robot, Jenny and the gang visit the famous amusement park known as Wizzly World.
Wizzly World, the happiest place within 20 minutes of Trimmerton.
It offers all kinds of rides and a boatload of fun. Unfortunately, it's not a fun time for everyone. When this clear Walt Disney World parody is introduced, the robot employees are shown to be treated very poorly. They might be machines, but that's no excuse for the cruelty they face.
Come on, Jenny, it's all in good fun.
Yeah, fun for the humans. How'd you like to sing some stupid song over and over all day long?
This situation repulses Jenny, and it could probably be seen as an allegory for the conditions workers at Disney's amusement parks have reportedly faced. Let's just say a lot of employees haven't had a magical time working for the media conglomerate. Number 27, Disgruntled Mickey, Rocco's Modern Life. During the episode Rocco's Happy Sack, Rocco goes about his business shopping at a grocery store.
Everything looks so good when you're hungry, eh, Spunky? Sweet and sour bloated ticks.
While he does, viewers briefly get a glimpse of another shopper by the frozen aisle. This rodent quickly complains about how the store's out of their favorite ice cream before walking off.
They never have my flavor. Been a long time since I had me a big bowl of head cheese and berries.
The rude rodent is a parody of Mickey Mouse, but unlike his Disney counterpart, he's not so pleasant to be around. You can just tell by his pissed-off expression that he's a lot less cheery and a lot more bitter. We can't blame him for being upset about the store being out of his favorite ice cream, but could he have at least closed the door like a proper gentleman? Or maybe it's Gentle Mouse? Number 26, Hieronymus Glove is Walt Disney, SpongeBob SquarePants. While visiting Glove World, a place that also happens to be a pretty clear Disney park spoof, SpongeBob and Patrick meet its founder, the illustrious Hieronymus Glove.
Oh, Mr. Glove, Mr. Glove. Oh, hi, I'm your biggest fan. I've been on all your rides. Ask anyone. I'm here every weekend. I'm throwing up.
Even if you're not a Disney expert, you'd probably recognize that Hieronymus is a parody of Walt Disney, with all the details perfectly lining up. That includes the way the SpongeBob character looks, the way he acts, and so much more.
The real Hieronymus Glove has been frozen in ice for decades now.
The show goes so far as to poke fun at the wild theory that Walt wanted to be cryogenically frozen. It looks like not even the depths of the ocean are free from Disney parodies. Number 25. Witches of Rodeo Drive. Big Time Rush. Remember Disney Channel's Wizards of Waverly Place? You probably do, but do you know about Witches of Rodeo Drive? Probably not. It's a spoof Nickelodeon's Big Time Rush made of their competitor network's aforementioned show.
If we nail this audition, James, we're both going to be on Witches of Rodeo Drive. We'll be a team.
We first learn about it when James and Camille audition. While we don't have all the details regarding Rodeo Drive, it seems like it features the zaniness of wizards dialed up to 11.
Once I curse Chad with the zit of Grimblezor, then I shall be homecoming warlock. Laughs evilly.
This may be a parody, but it feels more like a lighthearted dig than a mean-spirited insult. Still, we wonder what the ratings war would have looked like if Rodeo Drive had existed. Number 24. A place Disney supported. Family Guy.
Family Guy clearly has no problem bringing up Walt Disney's rumored anti-Semitism. While this usually happens as one joke in a larger segment, this cutaway gag bluntly gets right to the point.
Why should I trust you? You're always tricking me into going places I don't wanna.
It starts with Peter telling Lois that she always tricks him into going places he doesn't want to go.
You said we were going to a place Walt Disney built.
No, Peter, I said supported.
Cut to the couple standing outside Auschwitz with Peter dressed for Disneyland. Lois then says that the infamous place was not a place Disney built, where Peter thought he was going, but rather one Disney supported.
By the way, don't go on the train ride.
Number 23. The Dingo Channel steals iCarly's jokes. iCarly. Plagiarism in any industry is considered a very serious offense. So when the gang in iCarly suspects the Dingo Channel is stealing their bits, they decide to take action.
Those dingo people are dead. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go find them and kick them in their dingos.
Instead of trying to fight the giant TV channel through the court of law, though, they pay a visit to Dingo Studios. Besides the obvious spoof of Disney Channel, the episode also includes Spencer and Freddie finding the frozen head of founder Charles Dingo.
What's he got there?
Oh, you know, just the, frozen head of Charles Dingo.
Hey, no one's supposed to know about the head.
It shouldn't take you too long to guess who that's a reference to. The gang later uses this as a way to ensure their work is no longer taken. That's definitely one way to keep writers on the straight and narrow. Number 22. Copyright expired. The Simpsons. It's no secret that Disney is very protective of its property. If your product invites too much comparison to the Disney brand, a lawsuit is likely on the horizon. So when Principal Skinner uses the slogan "the happiest place on earth" for the school carnival, Disneyland threatens to sue Springfield Elementary.
Happiest place on earth is a registered Disneyland copyright.
Well, gentlemen, it's just a small school carnival.
And it's heading for a great big lawsuit.
What Disney's lawyers don't realize is that Skinner was a Green Beret in the United States Army. Before a legal battle can ensue, Skinner commences a literal battle that leaves the lawyer and one of his bodyguards whimpering on the ground. Another Disney minion attempts to get away, but Skinner sends him packing with a mouse-eared briefcase.
Copyright expired.
Of course, now that Disney owns The Simpsons, we shouldn't expect any more copyright wars. Number 21. Goofy in Hell. Family Guy. Writing an article on teenage girls, Brian tries to spy on Meg from a ladder outside her room, but Stewie warns him not to fall.
I'm studying Meg to see what goes on during her day.
Well, be careful you don't fall off that ladder. Not all dogs go to heaven.
Leaving nothing to the imagination, a cutaway reveals that famed Disney dog Goofy is in hell.
So, says here you're involved in the plotting of September 11th?
Apparently, he was involved in the September 2001 tragedy, and Goofy confesses to it in his familiar southern drawl.
Yuck, 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 gosh!
He doesn't stop there with his hateful remarks, soon adding more fuel to the rumors that Walt Disney was anti-Semitic. The real kicker, though, is when Goofy does his characteristic holler as he's pushed into the eternal pit of fire.
Okay, into the eternal pit of fire you go.
Number 20. Disney Channel Acting School. Saturday Night Live. Not sure if you've got what it takes to land a role on one of Disney Channel's many sitcoms? Don't worry, Miley Cyrus and the SNL cast have got your back.
Disney Channel acting is its own art form, and to master it, you're gonna need a special set of tools.
In this sketch, the Hannah Montana star tries to help the next generation of aspiring actors, but her advice's usefulness might be questionable. She points out an extensive amount of tropes, like loudness, that are common in these shows to fantastic comedic effect.
Every person has to be the loudest person in the room. Watch. What's wrong, Jamantha?
If I don't get an A on my science project, I can't go boogie boarding with Devin.
Well, then you should trick Thomas into trading projects with you.
Good idea!
Did we mention that Kenan Thompson stars as Raven Simone alongside her, taking the parody to the next level? Disney Channel has had many great programs, but as the satirical sketch brilliantly points out, they can also be pretty formulaic. Number 19. Most Disney moms are dead. Robot Chicken. This sketch is quick to point out an unfortunate trend in animated Disney films, and that's how so many of the mothers in them have passed on. The segment shows multiple characters at the cemetery visiting their late moms.
Wow, Mom! Do you have any sage advice for me?
Yes, my son. The rampant deer population is a real problem.
It leads to some pretty interesting scenarios. Let's just say we didn't expect such morbid words from the ghost of Bambi's mom. And Mickey Mouse venting about his less-than-kind mother is something you have to see to believe.
Mickey, do you miss your mama too?
No, she ate all my brothers and sisters. Mice are monsters.
After a certain point, you really have to wonder if Disney has it out for moms. Alright, probably not, but it's weird how regularly they die off. So we get where Robot Chicken is coming from here. Number 18. Disneyland. Mad TV.
Working in the Magic Kingdom or any Disney park may not be the easiest job in the world, but this Mad TV segment takes things to a whole new level.
Okay, listen, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but, all right, there's 11 Mickeys in the park. And the next one is scheduled to...
Oh my God, this woman's been shot!
A tour guide is shot by a sniper for almost revealing the existence of more than one Mickey Mouse to a park guest, and is replaced by a robot.
I'm happy. Disneyland is the happiest place on earth.
But you were shot in the head. I saw that.
Then, a performer dressed as one of the chipmunks meets a similar fate when he tells the same worried guest about a secret city and Disney's nuclear capabilities.
There's a secret city! 3 animated dead bodies! They have nuclear capability!
Tweedledum, Tweedledee, and a marching band cover up these murders, as well as Walt Disney's frozen head, which floats around the park. Number 17. Mini Models. Family Guy. There are many problematic elements of Walt Disney's legacy, some rumored and some proven. But the studio founder running a sketchy casting couch is not one of them. At least not as far as we can tell.
Peter, creating art takes a lot of training and technique. All the great artists I knew took classes.
Even Walt Disney?
That didn't stop Seth MacFarlane from using Disney in an early season cutaway gag to make a joke about male Hollywood executives exploiting female talent.
Do I have to?
You want to be a star, don't you? Then take it off!
After Brian tells Peter that all the great artists he knows took classes, we cut to Minnie Mouse asking Disney if she really has to undress. And he says she does if she wants to be a star. She obliges, and he proceeds to get excited as he draws her. Number 16. A cheesy Disneyland parody. The Loud House. If you have any plans for the weekend, then those plans better move along because we're going to Dairyland. This amusement park is a beloved site for the Loud family, who have visited it in multiple episodes.
We're going to Dairyland!
Well, I've learned 2 very valuable lessons. 1, you should never try to turn someone into something they're not. And 2, if you ever ride the milkshaker, keep your mouth closed.
It definitely bears a resemblance to Disneyland. It even has its own version of the It's a Small World ride, except the Dairyland one is quite the cheesy caricature. No, literally, there's a sea of melted cheese and everything.
Isn't Seas O' Cheese great?
Dairy binds the world together, Dairy binds us all.
Oh, Lynn, this is lame. Shh, we're about to hit Switzerland.
Yeah, you could argue that shows are starting to really milk the whole spoofing Disneyland thing. But hey, if it works, it works. Number 15. It's a Tiny World. Family Guy.
In order to bond with Stewie, Peter does the one thing guaranteed to get a child's approval. He takes him to Disney World.
We just sat on a plane for 3 hours to come to Florida, God's waiting room, for who knows what... Oh, Disney World! Disney World! Disney World! I want to go to Disney World!
And naturally, Stewie's over the moon about it. This gives the show's writers ample opportunity to make fun of Disney as much as possible. The least subtle of these jabs occurs when Stewie is separated from Peter and gets discovered by 2 security guards.
Well, well, a lost child. Looks like we've got a new recruit.
Promptly kidnapped and chained up with other lost children, Stewie is forced to sing It's a Tiny World as part of a ride, playing off Disney's real ride, It's a Small World.
Now sing!
I shall do no such thing.
You must sing. If you don't, they'll make you do a Christmas movie with Tim Allen.
It's a tiny, tiny world.
Number 14, Epcot Center, The Simpsons.
Let's be honest, if you're gonna visit a Florida theme park, Epcot probably isn't top of the list. The Simpsons Epcot Center does little to distinguish itself from Epcot, with its signature structure being a large geodesic sphere. Homer is bored from the second they fly over the park, which is advertised as the place you go when everything else is booked. The park's vision of the future apparently hasn't been updated since the late 60s, and it really shows.
The world of tomorrow. Don't walk, fly in your personal Eastern Airlines air buggy.
Eventually, Homer decides to make a break for Disney World, although he is horrified to learn that the churros are $14. As many jabs as the episode takes at Epcot, the writers have to admit that Disney parks do have some incredible restaurants.
Number 13, Mickey Mistreatment, South Park.
In the world of South Park, Mickey Mouse isn't just a mascot for Disney, he is the boss. And when an employee steps out of line, he is not above getting personally involved.
Which one of you decided to go and start bad-mouthing the Chinese government? Who here thought they had permission to say anything critical of Chinese politics?
In this episode, someone has been bad-mouthing the Chinese government. To get to the bottom of it, Mickey rallies all Disney characters and interrogates them to try to find out who the traitor is.
Prisoners. You are a fat diabetic bear, and if the Chinese don't want you, then I don't either!
And it's pretty full on, playing on the perception that Disney is super strict with its stars. The writers also throw in a dig at Mickey being unsure whether his company owns South Park. You know, because Disney owns everything.
I don't know you. Are you from Pixar?
No, I'm from South Park.
What South Park? Do I own that?
No, not yet, sir.
Number 12, Itchy the Lucky Mouse, The Simpsons.
We all know who Walt Disney is, but fewer people are familiar with Mickey's co-creator, Ub Iwerks.
That's the first Itchy cartoon ever made, and it was made by me, Chester J. Lampwick.
In this episode, it's revealed that Roger Myers stole the character Itchy from another animator in 1928, the same year Mickey made his debut. This doesn't exactly parallel Disney and Iwerks' partnership, as both played a hand in creating Mickey, but that being said, there's no denying that the public associates Mickey more with Disney than Iwerks.
Okay, maybe my dad did steal Itchy, but so what? Animation is built on plagiarism.
Roger Myers is clearly meant to be a Walt Disney parody, right down to a line about him being cryogenically frozen.
I lost everything. I can't even keep my dad's head in the freaking cryogenic center anymore.
Of course, this episode could also be seen as a shot at Charles Mintz, a distributor who took control of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit away from his creators, Disney and Iwerks.
Number 11, Evil Mickey Mouse, Drawn Together. Some send-ups are bound to portray Disney in a negative light, but having Mickey Mouse essentially be a stone-cold killer is definitely subversive. In the Drawn Together episode titled Terms of Endearment, Foxy becomes a controversial character after getting radiation poisoning. She morphs into an offensive stereotype, so the KFCC steps in.
Help me please! I'm free! Ain't you done heard of the immense opossum locomotion?
It's a pretty wild premise. But what makes it so much weirder is that Mickey Mouse is later revealed to be the mastermind who's hell-bent on eradicating all problematic cartoon figures.
You kids thought you could stop me? No one can stop me! Soon I will eradicate every offensive cartoon in the universe until it's the happiest place on Earth!
He's even covered in shadows every time he shows up, so you know he's one seriously rotten apple. That's right, Mickey wants to create the happiest place on Earth through any means possible.
Number 10, Hotstar censorship. Last week tonight with John Oliver. When John Oliver's fans let him know that Hotstar, the streaming service that carries his show in India, failed to upload an episode where he criticized the country's government, Oliver and his staff did some digging.
Can we actually count on you, Mickey? It's 1980, you're in a tuxedo in the middle of the day, and your pupils are the size of personal pan pizzas.
They found out that Hotstar had, in fact, also been censoring jokes about Disney, its parent company.
The joke they cut out of that was about Donald Duck and how his penis, this is true, is shaped like a corkscrew. And that's not even a joke, by the way. All ducks have corkscrew-shaped dicks.
They took references to 1980s Mickey Mouse having a substance use problem and to what should be Donald Duck's correct anatomy out of the show.
Everything that comes out of this beef is a Disney fact.
Oliver not only mocked Hotstar's jarring editing technique, but also brought up the fact that he played Zazu in the Lion King remake, meaning that no matter how offensive, everything he said was a Disney fact. Number 9. Disneyland, The Simpsons.
A not-so-subtle imitation of various Disney parks, Disneyland is briefly seen in Season 2. The amusement park resurfaces in Season 26, and this time the writers come off as much more cynical, describing it as the happiest hell on Earth. A lengthy car trip is followed by an even more tedious journey simply to enter the park.
Look! I see land!
Once inside, the Simpsons end up bleeding their wallets dry and sitting through repetitive rides.
I just want to sit down, but the line for the bench is too long.
The episode also draws attention to Disney's acquisition of Star Wars and the overhaul to make Pirates of the Caribbean more politically correct.
They revamped this ride because of massive complaints from 2 people.
No means no. We know now.
A Springfield-themed area is currently located at Universal Studios, but it'll be beyond ironic if Simpsons attractions start popping up in Disneyland later down the line.
Number 8. Same old heroine, Animaniacs. If you're gonna accuse most Disney movies of being formulaic cash grabs, why not do it with a parody of a typical Disney princess song?
You feel like this is deja vu. A girl who thinks that she wants more. The music starts, you find that you are humming.
That's what 90s cartoon series Animaniacs did during the height of the Disney Renaissance.
Just a rerun heroine.
The number visually references The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin, and even name-checks Pocahontas, which the larger segment the song appears in is parodying by having the film's name appear on money.
With the same old heroine.
The song even asks, in the voice of a Disney exec, "We have got your $7. Why should we try something new?"
Our formula, that's called entertainment. Just a retread heroine.
Number 7. Mickey puts the Jonas Brothers in their place. South Park.
For this entry, we are back with Mickey Mouse and his totalitarian way of running Disney, at least within the world of South Park. Harkening back to when boy band the Jonas Brothers wore purity rings, the episode suggests that Mickey Mouse made the boys wear them in a sneaky plot to sell sex to young audiences. And when the band refuses to play along, he beats one of them violently. We've already mentioned how South Park likes to play on the apparent ruthlessness of Disney and its treatment of its stars, but this scene is particularly hard-hitting. And that laugh Mickey keeps doing? Oh man.
All right, now get out there and make me some goddamn money!
Number 6. The Roger Myers Story. The Simpsons.
We're now approaching our final destination, Itchy and Scratchy Land, the amusement park of the future where nothing can possibly go wrong.
A vacation to Itchy and Scratchy Land invites numerous possibilities for parodies, including a documentary about fictional founder Roger Myers Sr. The documentary depicts Myers as a seemingly wholesome figure who actually had a few skeletons in his closet.
Just as Walt Disney has been accused by some of being anti-Semitic, Myers landed in hot water for a controversial cartoon.
Roger Myers Sr., the gentle genius behind Itchy and Scratchy, loved and cared about almost all the peoples of the world. And he, in return, was beloved by the world, except in 1938, when he was criticized for his controversial cartoon.
Myers' filmography also includes an ultra-violent version of The Sorcerer's Apprentice entitled Scratchtasia. His follow-up feature is a Pinocchio parody called Pinocchio, which is perhaps even more shocking than the original novel by Carlo Collodi.
You be a good Pinocchio, and don't you lie.
I promise I will never hurt you.
Ouch!
A manic, scratchy robot destroys the screen before the documentary's conclusion, but we can't help but wonder if Itchy and Scratchy ever got the Bambi treatment.
Number 5. Journey to the Disney Vault. Saturday Night Live.
Sleeping Beauty 3 Lil Sleepy Meets Aladdin.
Hunchback 6, Air Dog Quasi. Mulan 8, the Prozoids fight back.
In this TV Funhouse animated sequence from Saturday Night Live, a couple of kids hear about the Disney Vault and wish they could live there. And Mickey Mouse tells them they can.
Mickey!
Now on DVD only, it's Journey to the Disney Vault.
With a setup like that, you might think the skit would be a bunch of jokes about Disney direct-to-DVD sequels. And while there are plenty of those,
What's in here?
Oh, you don't need to see that.
the kids soon discover that the vault also contains Walt Disney's frozen head, records of Disney's testimony to the House Un-American Activities Committee outing cartoonists as communist, and an ultra-racist version of Song of the South, a film already controversial in reality.
Song of the South.
Oh, nobody wants to see that one anymore.
How bad could it be?
It's the very original version that he only played at parties.
Plus, there's Jim Henson, who wouldn't sell, and Scar, the Disney lawyer.
You children know too much. You must stay in the Disney Vault forever.
No!
Number 4, Fievel Mousekewitz, Family Guy.
Fed up with Peter's shenanigans, Lois hires a nanny named Natalia to help raise the kids.
You need help, Lois, and since I don't believe in psychiatry, I'm getting you a nanny.
Well, I guess it would be good to have some help with Meg and Chris. And Stewie if he's ever found.
Tough, brawny, and stereotypically Eastern European, Natalia turns out to be a Belarusian assassin.
When confronted by Stewie, Natalia claims to be doing her job in pursuit of Russian expatriate Fievel Mousekewitz, the protagonist from Don Bluth's An American Tale.
Okay, Natalia, level with me. Why are you really here?
I have been sent to neutralize liberal Jewish dissident Fievel Mousekewitz.
Huh. Well, the only mouse in this neighborhood is our innocent neighbor, Frank Maxwell.
Mousekewitz appears, claiming to be named Frank Maxwell, and nervously gets into his car, which then explodes, though Natalia denies responsibility.
Comrade Mousekewitz, did you think you could run forever?
I think you've got the wrong mouse. I'm just regular old Frank Maxwell, and I'm very late for work. Good day, ma'am.
Well, who should be lurking around the corner but Mickey Mouse, who sarcastically laments the mouse's bad luck, playing on Walt Disney's rumored bigotry and the fact that Bluth once worked for Disney.
Number 3, Randy Marsh confronts Winnie the Pooh, South Park.
And you thought we were done with Mickey Mouse mercilessness? Of course not.
Feel to be made fun of on the internet.
When Mickey blames Winnie the Pooh for jeopardizing a deal with China, Randy is sent to take Pooh out.
The brutal scene consists of Randy luring Pooh down an alley with some honey, and then graphically attacking him.
We'll share. In just a few more slurps, I can.
Again, this is another moment targeting the lengths to which Disney allegedly goes in order to keep business running as usual.
Yeah, but I can't sell my soul like this. I want to get away from that farm, more than anything. But it's not worth living in a world where China controls my country's art.
But why did it have to be Pooh? South Park has never shied away from shocking imagery, but this really pushed the envelope.
Number 2, Simba, The Simpsons.
When the late Bleeding Gums Murphy appears to Lisa in the sky, it's hard not to think about Mufasa's heavenly message to Simba.
That was for you, Bleeding Gums.
You've made an old jazz man happy, Lisa.
You must avenge my death, Simba.
Actually, Mufasa appears alongside Bleeding Gums with Darth Vader and James Earl Jones. While the Lion King lampoon is evident, there's another joke that might have flown over your head. Mufasa accidentally says Kimba instead of Simba. Animation fans will know that this is a reference to Kimba the White Lion, an anime series from the 60s that shares an astonishing amount in common with the Disney film.
Kimba, 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 Kimba.
Lion King directors Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff claim they had no knowledge of the anime while making their film, but this moment seems to be suggesting that somebody at Disney was familiar with it.
Be a boy and you can call it Kimba. Kimba, son of Caesar.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Brian and Stewie visit the Disney universe, Family Guy.
This classic episode features Brian and Stewie visiting alternate universes. The multiverse-hopping duo soon finds a Disney universe and are quickly won over.
and it's not hard to see why.
What the hell? What's happened to us?
I don't know, but suddenly I feel all sweet and warm and fuzzy. It seems we're in a universe where everything is drawn by Disney.
With a sickly sweet atmosphere, talking animals and objects, gorgeous animation, and a show-stopping musical number about pie, this universe embodies nearly everything we love about Disney animations.
It's a wonderful day for pie. You can ask all the birds in the sky.
However, Family Guy yet again brings up the racism rumors when everyone instantly turns on Mort Goldman, which prompts Brian and Stewie to move on. If it weren't for that disturbing bit, we'd love a whole episode in this style.
Oh, but look how shiny my buttons are here!
Is there a piece of sweet satire we missed? Let us know in the comments.
Under the sea, there'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.